Good morning. It is the first day of the new semester. I am David Myers. I'll be your instructor for Bioethical Issues in Contemporary Society, sometimes better known as bioethics. Um, Kind of chilly here in East Tennessee. The high today is going to be 50. Ooh. It's been rainy, and of course, I hear you all were snowed in yesterday, so um, I guess everything's relative. If you're watching this, then you have found your way onto D2L. Well done. Uh, this video is going to give you my overview of the course and my expectations for you, as well as hopefully some expectations you have for me. So there are a few points that I want to bring out right away. Very important. Number one, sign in on the attendance board every week. If you don't, I will subtract 1 point for each time that you fail to sign in. Why is that important? It's important because that's how I measure um, attendance. And, I've got to be able to know if you've just disappeared. And the way I do that is by looking at the attendance board. For instance, you must sign in each and every week. I don't care when, but you must do it. If you don't sign in during the first week, then I drop you for non-participation. I found that if somebody isn't willing to sign in, then they're not going to make it through the course anyway. So I save you right off the bat from having to pay for the course. So sign in right away. The second thing that you must do is watch this video. You must watch this video because in this video, I go over the syllabi and um, I answer what will be 99.9% of the questions that generally students call me or text me desperately about. And so um, watch the video and also download and read completely the syllabi because um, I outline the course completely in the syllabus. The other thing I want you to do is to look at D2L and look closely. Now, that being said, right on the syllabus, right at the top, I give you my cell phone number. I will answer that cell phone. Most students will say something like, I'm sorry to bother you when they call. Well, it's not a bother. It's not a bother at all because I have a job because of you. What really annoys me, though, is when you ask something that is clearly answered in the syllabus, on this video, or just on D2L in general, because I take great pains to make this course user-friendly, to make D2L user-friendly. And so questions like, I can't find the discussion boards, or where is the attendance board? If you look carefully at D2L, those questions answer themselves. But since those are some of the most asked questions, let me just say what you need to do is, let's see, you're going to want to click on communications. Discussions is a drop-down menu. Click on discussions. You'll see section 1, section 2, section 3, general discussion area for any questions that you may have, and then the attendance board. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, and week 8. It's not difficult and it's not rocket science. So if it was rocket science, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm a philosophy and languages guy. I can't handle mathematics very well. So Rocket science beyond me, but this is not rocket science. Okay, the syllabus, first of all, this is bioethical issues in sociology, as I've already said, and it's one of two courses that I generally teach, the other being ethics. Bioethics is actually very different, except in chapter one, from ethics, in that this course is set up as a case study course. And so it does not lend itself well for me to lecture. And so in ethics, I have lectures for each chapter, but in bioethics, I don't. I have the first chapter, I have a video, but for the other chapters, no, we that facilitated discussion. And so if you have questions, let me know. If you want to set up a Zoom meeting or a class session on Zoom, I'm more than happy to do that. My time is your time. Um, but other than that, this test, or excuse me, this course is reading intensive. And we're only going to cover chapters 1 through 9 in the course. And so the reading is still brutal. That being said, I don't expect you to master the reading, just attempt it. Um, this is your textbook, Bioethics by Vaughan, and it is the 5th edition. You need the textbook. Now, some of you are not going to have the textbook today. You waited to the last minute and you don't have it yet, or you ordered it and it hasn't come in yet. Don't panic, don't despair. I took the time to download, well, I didn't download, I bought the loose leaf um, textbook, and then I scanned the table of contents and chapters 1 through 3. I scanned those, and they are available to you already. And my goodness, I scanned 179 pages individually. So it took me hours to do that, but it's available to you. I can't scan more than 3 chapters. It's illegal and it's unethical. And I am an ethics professor. I'm also a minister, and so I take ethics very seriously. And you've got to buy the textbook. I know it's expensive. I can't help that, but it's also a good textbook. So the 5th edition, must have it. Let's see, the syllabus has all the boilerplate data. Um, Spring semester, you know that, second 8 weeks, March 13th through May 9th. I'm the instructor, David Myers. List my alphabet soup: BS, MA, MDiv, DD, my cell phone number, and my email address. I answer by cell phone and I answer texts and emails. Most students never want to have a discussion, so they don't want to call me, but they like to text. And to be honest, I like to text too. I can't believe it. I used to be so against texting, but as years have gone by, I've gotten so used to it. But I don't mind a good old fashioned conversation. All right, let's see. So sign in every week. Check your emails daily. That is a must. I send out a lot of emails reminding you that it, you know the we're in the testing week, um, reminding you of many things that apparently many students need to be reminded of. So check your email daily. If you don't and you miss an important email, I can't help that. That's on you, not on me. I don't like saying something like that, but I've been teaching here at NTC since 2005. And, you know, I wasn't quite as bald when I started, but I was bald. But that's on you, not on me. If you forget to turn an assignment in, or you tell me, oh, I was out of town, I didn't have access, that's on you, not on me. Um, they make laptops for that, and most of you have laptops. And there's Wi Fi or hotspot everywhere. So, um, you need to follow the schedule. If you can't, it's no big deal. The sky doesn't fall in. I accept late work. I don't subtract 10% like most instructors because this course is supposed to be at your pace. But I do have a structure to help you succeed. So check your email every day. And above all else, keep up on the reading. All right? I know there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. The first 3 chapters are 179 pages. But I just expect you to try. I don't expect you to master this material. This is a freshman, sophomore level course. Philosophy is always reading intensive, and ethics and bioethics are a branch of philosophy, one of arguably the 5 branches, but um, others would say there are more than 5. But the bottom line is you do these 3 things and you're going to be okay. Now let's talk about the syllabus more. There's a course description. I'm not going to read it because you're capable of doing that. Measurable course outcomes, course critical thinking, competencies, they're all important, but you can read them. The ADA statement, American with Disabilities Act. Listen, I am partially deaf, and it's getting worse every year. I believe strongly in the ADA Act. Maybe you have ADHD. Maybe you have difficulty concentrating. Hey, contact Christian Brzezinski, our accommodations coordinator, and I will accommodate you. It's that simple. Again, I deeply believe in this act. And so I'm not just saying this because I have to, I'm saying it because I believe it and support it. There are 4 ways that I assess your competence. Number 1, required reading. Now, don't turn in your required reading in the beginning of the course. Unless you've read chapters 1 through 9, don't turn it in. It's due at the end of the course. I don't want, section 1, I read 80%. Section 2, I read 90%. Section 3, I read 70. No, I want a total for the course, and I want it at the end of the course. It's worth 10 points. 10 points. Oh, I should add that everything in this class is set up on a strict 100-point scale. That means 10 points is 10% of your grade. So it's an entire letter grade. Statistically, there's going to be at least one person that doesn't turn this assignment in. They'll forget about it. Even though I send out emails reminding everyone, they'll forget it. That is a whole letter grade that they've forgotten. And it's an easy 10 points. Now, that being said, I have you write out a document, a Word or PDF document, in which you say, I have completed 100% of the reading. or I have completed 2% of the reading. Whatever percentage you've completed is what you get. No questions asked on my part. So if you tell me that you read 2% or 20%, those are the points that you get. I have to point this out because a student once said, I completed 20% of the reading, and I gave that student 2 points. And then that student complained to me and made a grievance with the dean that they felt that they had been honest and deserved more points. They should have just lied. Well, the dean and I were not impressed, but now I have to put it in the syllabus. So it's simple. What you tell me you read is that's how I determine the points that you get for that assignment. Important assignment. Objective examinations. There are 3 examinations, each covering 3 chapters. We'll go, I'll give you the dates for those in a couple of minutes, but just know this. They are difficult examinations. But because they're difficult, I have practice examinations. I take the exams straight from the practice exams. What you see is what you get. Now there are, 30, approximately between 30 and 40 um, questions per section. And I don't use all of those. But still, you can take the exams and the practice exams until you have become very proficient. Um, Statistically, 3 or more of you will not do that on the first exam, and so you will score very poorly. But those of you who do the reading and take the practice exams, usually 90 to 100 on each exam. So while they're difficult, the important part of this course is the reading and, in my opinion, the case studies. I have to do exams or papers, and I've found that I don't want the emphasis on um, putting all the info into your noodle just long enough to take the exam. So the exams are not what this course is based on, but I have to have them. Case studies, exercises. The exams, by the way, are 30% of your grade, 10 points for each exam. The case studies are 30% of your grade, 10 points for each exam, and then discussions. And the discussions are also 30% of your grade. Many students, for whatever reason, won't participate in the discussions. And when that happens, you've lost 30% of your grade. The best you can do is a C. So if you're not going to participate in the discussions, drop the course. Okay? You need to participate to do well. I've already shared the textbook, Lewis Vaughn's Bioethics, 5th edition. We have gone over the discussions a little bit. We're going to go over them more now. Let's see, section 1, discussion of chapters 1, 2, and 3. So you click on chapters 1 through 3. You'll see start a new thread. You'll start a thread for 2. You're going to do 2 original threads per section. Now, what are you going to write them on? Whatever interests you from the reading. What I don't want and what I've been getting lately are outlines of a chapter. No, just You're overthinking. Whatever interests you, say in chapter 1 you are interested in Kant's theories. Just write a paragraph about why that interests you, what you found interesting, or utilitarianism. That's it. You're going to do 2 of those. And each section has 3 chapters. So it's not hard to find at least 2 things that interest you. Then you are going to respond to 4 other texts by other students. Simple. And then, so each section is worth 10 points, the discussions. So you get 2 points for making the original texts, or you won't get them if you don't make the texts. The 4 texts that follow, you'll get 4 points for a total of 6 possible points. Some students will make 10 responses, but you only get points for 4. But I personally appreciate when you go all out. And then the remaining 4 points come from reading. You must read each and every post. Got to do it. Now, we're only talking about the discussion board, not the attendance board. All right? The attendance board, you sign in once a week, and I don't care if you read any others. All I care about is that you sign in and say present. But at any rate, that is how you handle the discussion boards. Now, if you can't remember what I've just said, go to content, click on table of contents, and look what you see. The syllabus, this video, instructor information, a little more on me, an interesting Monty Python video that discusses arguments. Then you go down to assignments and it says instructions for discussion board. Click on it. And guess what? It pops up with all of the requirements and even the dates that they're due. It kills me when I get a text from a student like, where do I find the information? And it's like, it's right there on D2L. It's easy to find. But at any rate, that's how the discussions work. They are due by the close of the section. The sections close as follows. Section 1 closes on 1 April. That means you will have to have all of your discussions done. That means you'll have to have your assignment completed and placed in the appropriate full assignment folder. And that means you will have completed the reading for that and the examination. So 1 April, section 1 is due. I have 5 April. That is incorrect. It is not 5 April. It is 15 April. 15 April, the second set of assignments is due, and 6 May is when the third set is due. So take a pencil on your syllabus and change that to 15. It's changed on the D2L Brightspace, but I always make some kind of an error, and we usually find it during this video. Okay, so that is the discussion board. Okay, let's discuss the cases for evaluation. There's a table in the syllabus In the table below, the student will find assignments given for each chapter. Choose one assignment for each section. You don't have to do one for each chapter. Choose the chapter that interests you the most and do the cases for evaluation from that chapter. Each assignment consists of 3 case studies in the chapter that you select. Yes, you have to do all 3 case studies. This means one assignment from section 1, one assignment from section 2, and one from section 3. 10 points. So each assignment will require quite a bit of effort. I used to have term papers. Students don't like term papers, so I came up with more assignments. No problem, but you have to have at least 4 double-spaced pages per assignment. The exception to this is in Chapter 1 if you choose to do the argument exercises. Um, you're going to do 2 of the 4 that are listed, and it's not going to be 4 pages, and I'm not going to mark it down. But other than that, if it's less than 4 pages, I will mark it down. Now, you can always, once I grade it, um, you can always beef it up and resubmit. That's up to you. You can either live with the grade that I give you or beef it up and resubmit. That is the cases for evaluation. And I will be a monkey's uncle when I look at the syllabus. It's got incorrect dates. Let's see if they're incorrect on this board. Back to content. Instructions for cases for evaluation. Nope, those due dates are correct. I will correct, delete, and put the new syllabi in as soon as we're done with this video with the correct dates. And that covers the assignments. I grade this on a scale of, 50 and below is an F, 51 to 60 is a D, and so on. I think that covers the course fairly well. If you have any questions or comments at any time, text me, call me, email me. If you begin to fall behind and you need to be tutored, we'll set up some Zoom sessions. It's up to you. Again, my time is your time. And I want to see each and every one of you succeed in this course. So, watch this video, download and print the syllabus, and what was the third thing? Oh, sign in on the attendance board. That's your assignment. Oh, that and go over D2L. That's your assignment for week 1. Other than that, have a wonderful second part of the semester, and I'm out. Bye-bye.